Hello, everybody. I understand that it's been a quite long time since we started our journey, and I know last week I never done anything for you. So today I want to take it back to remember it's still January. It's still fresh here for most of 2024 matriculants, but today is not all about them. It's not even about the previous matriculants because congratulations to those who made it and. Better luck to those who didn't make it, but they still have a chance to actually go back and revisit their education and start everything from scratch. So today it's all about their big teacher, their minister of education. So today it's all about Benji Mutera and his previous statements that whereby he made then didn't actually been able to present it or articulate it the same way that she was meant to say them. So today is all about the metric 2023 results. As a Minister of Basic Education, Motera announced the 2023 NSC results. So without any further ado, let me actually play you the voice notes so that you guys can actually understand, and then we'll talk about it after.
We produce 162 question papers, printed more than 10 million question papers, and had more than, and produced not more than more than 6,898 centers were running our exams. We had more than 72,000 examiners with 52 markers, 72,000 invigilators with 52,000 markers. We produce.
So that was Enje Mutera. So when you listen to that voice note that she actually made, it's funny because everybody has high demands, has high responsibilities when it comes to actually the matriculants of last year, but only to find out that the main minister of basic education cannot even understand the language that she's preaching or even presenting to her people. So sometimes you need to understand that these things like education, how can you actually elect somebody who's not mentally fit or educationally fit to actually be the minister of education for the people of South Africa? Or how can you give charge to such a person who doesn't even understand mathematics or numbers itself? Because now she's failing to actually read how many question papers were produced by the South African basic education, and she's failing again to name or to give a estimation number of schools that they actually got those papers and they were writing those papers. So I know. I told you this thing is all about Mzansi politics, but I want you to listen to Raymond Reddy Radington. To those who are listening to the blacklist, I will tell you why this is relevant, but I want you to listen to this, then I will tell you why it's relevant to what I'm saying now.
I found peace and tranquility and a real feeling of quiet. Yet I abandoned it out of this compulsion for chaos and peril. I had found light. Yet I'm compelled by the dark. It animates me. So much so that...
Alright, let me cut it there. So I hope you guys listened and understood what Raymond Reddington just said. Now, he said he found light in the dark. So, when are we South Africans gonna find the light through this whole darkness that is happening? 2 episodes before this one, we talked about that 5 million rand of a funeral. Imagine what that funeral looked like. That cost 5 million. Nah? Okay, now it's time for elections. Which political party, according to you, this is a personal question. It's either you're gonna leave it by the comments or you just ask yourself personally without even commenting or anything. Which party or political party that actually deserves your vote right now? Yes, I understand if you don't vote, your vote might be cast for you as a default. That always happened. So most of the time they say out of 10 people voted, only 4 people voted, and the 6 were supporters of the ANC throughout the season. So they automatically would have voted for ANC. So that's how most votes will go. All right, because we're failing in each and every department of South African governments. Now the one that is most painful is the one that is in charge of the future of the country, whereby we're talking about our matriculants, we're talking about people who are currently in school, colleges and universities, while they have a Minister of Basic Education who can't even read numbers. Why don't they take a qualified professor and make them the Minister of Basic Education? Now, we saw Sizoktola in Moja 9. Moja Love, I mean to say, we had this guy, what was his name? Kolani. Yes. Why don't take Kolani and make him a Minister of Police? Because we saw what he was capable of doing until the police took a step back. They say he's making himself the law, and that useless channel decided to also take its own course and says they were not aware of some things that actually taken place. All right. Okay. Let me just pause it a bit about the future of the country. Let's just put it here. There's a new political party hosted by Mpomagata, or run by Mpomagata as the president. On which speech did you hear him telling you a solution or presenting you a way forward? I'm not undermining my brother, I'm not disrespecting you, I'm just saying what I've heard. On which speech that he always posts on his social media, his own LinkedIn ID, his own TikTok, which of his speech that you heard him presenting a solution to those guys who's saying, oh, my thing that I'm lying or I'm trying to take him down or something? Let me just quickly, I'm quickly searching a video of him, and I want you to hear something.
South Africa is in massive debt. Our debt is about 4.8 trillion.
The country has started preparing for a tough few years ahead after the finance minister laid down South Africa's tough financial path yesterday.
Now, what's important to note is debt can be a good thing if it's used wisely. However, our 4.0 trillion debt has been used to bail out entities like Eskom that just are not working. The planned cuts for 2025 and 2026 are 64 to 69 billion. And this actually equates to only 3% of total expenditure. Vote wisely to save our country. South Africa.
All right, that was Mpomagata. So on that statement itself, he quoted a problem. Right, we have a problem. He never said anything about the solution to that problem. So that's what he's posting every time. He's telling us the problems that we have, but not the solutions on how to fix those problems. And remember, this guy was a congressman. He used to sit down with the comrades like Cyril Ramaphosa and the previous president. He was an advisor to the presidency. All right, I want you to play different ones. Let's go to DA now. Steinhazel. Democratic. Give me a few minutes. Give me a few minutes. I want to show you something. Okay, I found them. Just want you to actually take a moment and listen to Steinhazel.
I'm here today in Durban, where the multi-party charter has launched its first formal policy proposals around the economy. The economy lies at the heart about how we deal with things like poverty and unemployment, and how we get the economic infrastructure of South Africa working, like the Port of Durban, which lies behind me, which is churning away hundreds of millions of rands worth of investment and business in South Africa because it is inefficient. These are 9 key policy proposals that we've put on the table today as the multi-party charter that shows how we would get South Africa working again, how we would get our people back to work, how we'd lift people out of poverty and into opportunity. I'm really excited about the prospect of a real, genuine path to victory for the multi-party charter in this election. But it's going to come down to one thing: whether people are registered and whether they come to vote. So I'm calling on all South Africans to make sure that you are registered. Your last chance could be the weekend of the 3rd and 4th of February. So make sure that you're registered. You can visit check.da.org.za. That's check.da.org.za to check your registration status. Remember, in this election, the power will only lie with the registered. I'm here today.
Right, that was the second political party leader that I just played. He says he's in the port in Durban where everything will be done. But in order for that to be done, you need to vote. And if you don't vote, the powers are lies to those who voted. So in order, according to what I heard, this is my opinion, I stand to be corrected. So if what I heard is says that in order for them to actually present the solution or actually develop a solution or come up with a new idea towards that solution, you guys need to vote for them so that they can actually do whatever that they have to do or correct their mistake that they see. So in order for me, let's put it as me. Since this is Mzansi politics and I'm Bitumela, and say, as Bitumela, I will only post another episode about the politics if you guys subscribe to my channel and we hit 1,000 subscribers. You see that's a, I don't know, that's me pushing you guys into the corner, and I'm giving you a date and say the only chance that you have is on the 3rd until the 4th of February, and after that or beyond that you won't be able to do that. So you see, I'm also giving you a deadline. So I want you guys to listen to this. Our politicians. Let's go to condolences. I don't know if I'm gonna call it right because let me check this one before I go there. There's another one that I wanted to play for you guys. Oh God. We have another political party on the side. It's called People Alliance. It's the one that we talked about it on the previous show. That they were the political party that decided to go out and actually patrol the borders of South Africa, and whereby the Minister of Defense actually posed the statement saying that uh, it's a responsibility of the police, or the border patrol, and the army to actually patrol the borders, not a political party that has to go out there and decide, no, we're going to patrol the borders of South Africa. So I wanted to play you something, but I'm having a bad reception at the moment, but which is still okay. I'm still gonna play it for you nevertheless. Let's listen to People's Alliance. I wanted to show you something that nobody's coming up with a solution. I want to play you something to show you, like, all the political parties now, it's an open statement for them to actually campaign for votes, but neither of them are coming up with a solution. All of them are point finger each other and say he does that, he done that, so he's not capable of this. So, oh come on, my network is kind of bad. After this episode, I'm going to record you an episode about the scandal happening with South African network. Remember, I told you that it's something small, something big. I'm going to find the information and I'm going to present to you, and I'm going to share this information to you. You guys, most of the time, must be wondering when am I going to make this podcast a video tape whereby you can actually see me when I'm playing each and every step for you.
Democratic Alliance
Listen.
in the ANC. I struggle to see the difference between the two.
You can't say that.
No, I can say it because I can show you what the ANC is doing to people in Northwest. The DA is doing to people in the Western Cape. Let's see how many people in South Africa now will go to the Western Cape and come back and say Cape Town is the best run city, because you have that 2-kilometer radius place everybody goes to. We all crammed in that space. In that 2-kilometer radius. Go outside there, go and see how the people live in Lentegier, Mitchells Plain, Talsis Rivier, Valhalla Park, Bontejevel, Etlung, Langa, Guguletu, Karalitsa. Go and see. Can you come back?
People are being murdered every day.
Can you come and tell me? But now the premier, and I want to show you the discrepancies here. We hear that the mayor here in Joburg does not have matric, or he only has matric. But it's the same with the premier in the Western Cape, only has matric. Gaten McKenzie only has matric. Now what, you can't come and criticize this one because he's black, he only has matric. But you're leaving that one that also has matric.
Twitter deals with them because they go to John. They go straight to John.
But my point I'm trying to make, Ben, is that
biased media.
We have a media here that, there was an airline called Mango. It doesn't exist anymore. Mango was run all these years, was a man who was only matric. But during that time, we talked about Saudi Mutsuning.
Yes.
Only matric.
Yes.
But those are the type of stuff that they hate me for, because I it doesn't make me better for speaking out.
Sure.
I just don't need the attendance. I just don't need the approval.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying is that they say Gates and McKenzie is close with the ANC. That's the narrative that they are. No, my brother, let me tell you. I'm in politics for power. They say they are not. You say I love power. I love power.
All right, that was Gayton Mackenzie, the leader of People Alliance, as I said. You see, even his speech or his presentation, it's the same, because neither of them are actually presenting a solution. They are their finger pointing each other. So I'm still going to play you or something. Now let's go to EFF. I want to show you something. Let's go to EFF. I'm going to play you each and every leader that you actually believe in or you following. So I want you guys to actually understand that neither of these guys are telling you solutions to your problems. They're pinned up for okay. So this is the first video that's coming up. Listen.
What is the problem with this province? Why do people kill each other with ease? That has been going on and was supposed to be stopped. 30 years ago, it has become worse to a point now where there is a special unit in Natal to concentrate on political killings. That's how much we've accepted that we've failed to deal with this issue of political tolerance in KZN. Comrades, the crime where they are people who are well-known killers, and we even give them Zulu names in Kabi. That one is Nkabi. That one is, they are well known that these are walking killing machines and the state can't do anything about it. That those Nkabis become celebrated individuals in our communities. That we know who's committing cash in transit haste. We know who's going around raping women. We are scared to talk because we are going to die. Why should there be anyone in society who's more powerful than the state? Because the state has got a legitimate right and power to unleash violence on anyone who meets violence against its own people. We have criminals who are more dangerous when they are in prison than when they are outside. So why should we keep them? Because we can't keep them outside prison. We can't keep them in prison. So what must happen to them? They have to meet their maker in order.
Alright, this quite long, but that was Julius Malema. Also, he's pointing up a problem without what? A solution. Then let's go to the next one. I don't know. Kondo. Preciso. Oh God, it was Kondo. Oh, it's like preciso. So to my Zulu followers, guys, your language is very difficult at some point. Now, I want you to listen to Jacob Zuma's speech. Give me a moment, I want to search something. I want his speech. I want the speech made by the president of umkhondo wesizwe. Listen.
The ANC of Ramaphosa. My conscience will not. I have decided that I cannot and will not campaign for the ANC of Ramaphosa. My conscience will not allow me to lie to the people of South Africa and to pretend that the ANC of Ramaphosa is the ANC of Lutuli, Tambo, and Mandela. It is not the ANC that I joined and went to jail for. In this regard, I fully agree with other former leaders like Comrade Thabo Mbeki and others that it would be a betrayal to campaign for the ANC of Ramaphosa. However, I also believe that it's not enough to withdraw from the ANC campaign, which will lead our people to more misery, poverty, racism, unemployment, deepening load shedding, and a government led by sellouts and apartheid collaborators. It is also our duty to guide our people in what to do in order to save our revolution from its enemies and to achieve the society envisioned by the Freedom Charter. I therefore wish to announce that in 2024, I will vote for the Mkhonto Wesizwe MK Party.
Right. So that was the statement comes from the MK side. So I'm sorry for those political parties that didn't play the actual voice notes or anything, but now you get an idea on what I'm saying and how come this is here. So without any further ado, I see I'm out of time, so I wanted to cut it short. So please make sure that you hit that subscribe button and you make sure that you leave your comments below so that you can stay up to date in the latest conversation. Just make sure that you subscribe because it's free. That's the first thing, and it doesn't even take 1 second to do it. So without any further ado, let's just take a second. As I said, it doesn't take more than a second. Let's just take this second and click that subscribe button together. Let's count on from 3, 2, 1. Subscribe. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Please leave your comments regarding each and every voice note that I've played. And remember, let me give you a recap of this episode. First, we talked about Njimotera and her failing to reason or even read numbers. And we went to talk about, remember, the problem was in Njimotera and and her current state. Then we came to see each and every political party that is pushing its memorandum or is pushing its vote for us to vote for it. There is none of them that was bringing us solutions to the problems that we actually have. All of them, they were playing pointing game. So please leave your comment and tell us, according to you, who deserves your vote? That's the question. Who deserves your vote? I'm Bitumana Tita, and this is Mzansi Politics. Without further ado, see you next time.